darkness. I really shouldn't be operating a camera. That was really gay. How beautiful. Is it raining? We should go outside. So what I'm doing, lengthy intro, I know, right, is this is me picking up a GoPro when I've consumed a gram of mushrooms. Yeah, and I've just come sort of into a space where 1 gram of sort of cubensis kind of ground up with, actually not lemon juice because I don't have any, but the camera's running good. Some sort of sensible, do you know what I mean? So, but wow, it's been incredibly raining all day and it's absolutely blue and beautiful today. This is going to be a long video probably, I expect, so never mind for that. So yeah, I just picked up the camera and I've just been, and then I had so I had the mushrooms, I ground them up when I woke up, and I woke up late, like late like 2:30 late, no 12:30 late, which is pretty late, even though I'm kind of late anyway. Yes, this is going to be a long video. Good. I hope they've got enough battery. Excellent. I made this garden. So I've been on a sort of a bit of a journey, he says, skipping about the story. I made this place here with this Sintamani stone at the centre of it. So you know, vibes and frequencies bring a lot to my life actually, including, anyway, this just kind of found me actually. Sintamani found me. I'm sort of in parallel with Nathan. I don't like look at his stuff and then like follow him, but I feel like we have this conscious connection. You can see we're writing about it in the comments, is that, you know, he made a mushroom video the day on the, like, he took mushrooms on the day I first took mushrooms, when I had been given mushrooms. Just a very few, just to say hello, because I used to do this sort of thing quite a lot. I'm going to start walking around now. So I put the Sintamani stone, when I got it, in the middle of the lawn, because it wanted to be outside. It's just like, I want to be outside, 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 I want to be sitting on the lawn. So I sat it on that piece of like bare earth in the middle of what is my lawn. And the story, I'm going to start going around now, holding this in my hand. Which way should we go? Let's go this way. No. Always go the other way first. This is a garden of remembrance. Not in a kind of a tragic way, but in a kind of a friend of mine. I'm going to start walking around this way first, holding hands with, and walking around in hands. A very dear friend of mine's father passed away quite recently, and it just happened that on the day that, I mean, there's quite a lot of builder stuff that was completely obscuring the grass in this garden that came and got dumped here. I'm not a secure tenant, and I took the initiative during like the coronavirus thing to clear the garden up and make a lovely space out of it, just to be able to enjoy some space. It's nice. And it just happened that when I got the news from my friend's father passing away, which is you know, incredibly moving news. He was not an old man at all. This is a friend of mine, some years younger than I am. It just happened when I got the news that I was seeding the remains of this lawn. With some grass seed that I got in a hilarious fashion from the local hardware store. And I was sprinkling it with this, you know, I'd raked, I couldn't like stop. So as I was processing that news and reacting to it, then I was sprinkling this seed. When my dog died, this is me inventing an analogy. I didn't think about it at the time, but it's kind of a beautiful analogy actually. Is right, other hand, walking the other way. This is the creative, like with the learning that they gave me in hand, I walk forward. Right, that's what this is. Walking the other way around now. So it's a dual circle. It goes both ways, and both ways should be walked. Always in hands first. Always in hands first. But this is that I learned going forward. And the spiral goes this way. Because I scattered my dog after he passed away, and he was ashes, and he was the only dog I'd ever had, and it was a very, very intense kind of experience really, and you know, I'm sure it is for anyone to lose a dog, of course. But he was my only companion for, you know, so many years in so many states of so many sort of different types of states of consciousness and living and homelessness and all sorts of things. So as I was scattering him widely, God, I'm crying a minute, is across Balls Hill where we used to live. Oh dear. It's only because my arm's tired. We'll have to go the other way again now. And my dog. I love my dog so much. It's like I've got him on the lead here. He's a fucking excellent dog. He was such a dog. He was a bugger. Yes. It's a dog. My fucking dog. That's what he was. It's my fucking dog. Anybody else? Anyway, there's only sort of so much one can take of that sort of thing. So, having my dog made me the person that I am. Without my dog, I couldn't be where I am today. Because he loved me. I loved him back, I truly did. No matter what happened, I loved him. Really loved him. And he taught me such a lot. He looked by me, he listened to me, I talked to him. Anyway, so when I scattered my dog, I was scattering his ashes. I was like back to life, just going around with sunrise. He sort of woke me up in spirit at 4 in the morning on the summer solstice, which was always it's always a very special day, summer solstice. I always used to do something on summer solstice, always. Doing things together is nice. I like doing things together. Right. I'm alive then. Crikey. And I was scattering. So when I was scattering the grass, it was like I was scattering. Do you know what I mean? It's scattering. It's just scattering. That's what it is. We're scattered here, and then we're fucking scattered away, and that's fucking all it is. Scattering, mate. That's all that's going on. That's scattering. So I was scattering the grass. So this is Fred Carter Memorial Lawn. And when I got a ceremonial stone, then it wanted to find the middle of this lawn here, so I placed it on the grass where I just found myself. So I was given some mushrooms very kindly by a friend of mine, a member of the Vibes and Frequencies family. And I had a ceremonial stone, mushrooms. Yeah, so I just had a little bit, because I used to do mushrooms with my dog, innit? I was proper like a triphead in the 90s, basically. That's what I was. There's loads of stories on that. Anyway, I haven't done any sort of psychedelics for 18 years. After 2004, so 2003 though, I sort of got sensible. After like 2001 really, it was like sort of 96 to 2001 really. That's what it was. And then when September the 11th happened, I was doing up an old van that I'd found. And then in order to do that, I got a job. My first like hardcore job, which I did at the mini factory. And then you sort of start entering the real world, and I got into university, and now I design buildings, and it's been rather a long story. But yeah, so this is the first psychedelics that I've done since the old days, basically. And my fish died the other day. He's buried over there. He was born in the tank in, I don't know, about 2013. Suddenly these fish appeared, these pair of fish, children of these other fish, beautiful fish. And yeah, I made a video with him. I'll put that up. For the sake of this channel, and I'm really glad that I did, because that's like the last time that he was so emotional about a fish. But he was born in my tank, children of my fish, right? I was like, oh, it's like a child of mine. Yeah, I made a video with him because he was getting old. 2007 was a long time ago. It was a real old fish. 2007, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2013, somewhere there. 2012, 2013, when I got the boat. It's old for a fish. He passed away, so I buried him over there. I miss him. Anyway, I received the ceremonial stone and I placed it here, and then so I had these mushrooms then, from this Vibes and Frequencies friend, bless. Not from America, I mean, for goodness sake. This is the United Kingdom. Nathan doesn't have that much influence over us, but you know, we are related because of our enthusiasm for his channel. Yeah, so I just took like a little bit just to like say hello to the mushrooms, basically, because I didn't want to. I mean, I have to say that, you know, if you expose yourself to insecure circumstances and you know, complex sexual not practices, but you know, sexual, just like falling in love with all sorts of people all the time, but then trying to be in love with somebody else, and then not really knowing what's going on with your sexuality actually anyway, but sort of going along with things and sort of doing what it is that you were kind of like, get married and have children and like the middle class life, like whatever. Yeah, so I took these mushrooms the other day. On the day that Nathan took his mushrooms, it was really extraordinary. So we sort of lived the same life. I only had a very few, but it became just like a ritual experience. It was very beautiful. Of setting this lawn up like a church, if you will. So directionally, so there's like a principal axis, and this is east and west. So this is like, there's a square edge there. It's about north and south, that point. So when I stood here, I'm looking like west, which in a Christian church would be like facing the altar. So that makes this like the entrance, really. And it's kind of got the real entrance to it there. It's like a fairy entrance, so you enter another dimension as you come through. So this is the real entrance to the space. Right. And then over here, though, this is like the main aisle, basically. I know it's a bit the other way around, but so this is like this is the altar, the throne position I was sitting here. This is where on what 3 words is written. I give my location away if I say that. I give my location away. And I was like, I'm putting the boat project together, and I'm coming to that place where when I start on it, like, I've got the boat shed built, I've got the garden tied, I've got everything ready. I'm going to start moving on with it now over the winter, and I've got sort of I don't have to go anywhere for the winter, so I can just get on with it. I've got nothing to do. I've got out of debt. I've paid for my debts. I've done my tax return. I've paid my tax. No one can touch me for anything. It's an amazing place to be after you've been like kind of on the run, but not on the run, but not settled. So all the time in debt, living from one moment to the next moment. Where is the money coming from? Where am I going? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the work? What's the next thing I can do? So long without having any sort of stability. I mean, as much as so this, and then this, then is the middle, and this is the north-south axis. So it runs up to that corner, which is like where the door from the house is, basically. So this would be the transept only, not the nave, so not the long bit of the church. This would be the short bit of the church, but it's longer in this garden, just because of the way it is. So that's like the entrance from the south. It comes through, and then it's got then this lovely tree at the other end, with the Sintamani stone in the middle. With this beautiful tree, and it takes the light so beautifully. I'm trying to get my head in the way. It takes the light beautifully in the afternoon. It really does. It's a lovely tree, that. And you get the little birds, and it's really grown together the end of this garden into quite a beautiful space. Actually, it really has. I'm so glad for it. I really am. Right, and then, oh right. That's a long story. Crikey, can we take that? Maybe we'll do a part 2. Let's do a part 2. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.